All right, let's dive right in. We're going to peel back the layers of a 500-year-old masterpiece to uncover a hidden code. And believe me, it's a tiny detail that's going to completely change how you see one of the most famous stories ever told. So here it is, Albrecht Dürer's 1504 engraving Adam and Eve. This thing is an absolute icon of the Northern Renaissance. And yeah, it's famous for its technical genius for sure, but its real power, well, that lies in the secrets that are just packed into the details. And today, we're going to decode the most fascinating one of them all. Okay, so before we can crack this code, we've got to get to know the man behind the masterpiece and the work itself. Albrecht Dürer. This guy was the rock star of the German Renaissance. Seriously. You can almost think of him as a bridge. He took all that meticulous, super symbolic detail that Northern European art was famous for, and he mashed it up with the Italian Renaissance's obsession with perfect human proportions and classical beauty. And get this, he was a trained goldsmith, so his precision was just legendary. It made him an absolute master of the incredibly difficult art of engraving. And the technique itself? It's just mind-blowing. This isn't a drawing, folks. It's an engraving. That means Dürer had to physically carve every single one of these lines into a solid copper plate. Can you imagine? One slip of the hand, and it's practically impossible to fix. What we're seeing here is that exact tense moment of temptation. But what made it so revolutionary was that these were the first truly classical nudes in Northern art. They weren't just random figures. They were based on Dürer's intense mathematical studies of the perfect human form. Okay, so we've set the stage. Now, let's get to the real mystery, the reason we're all here. You look at this, and at first glance, it's a story we all think we know, right? The Garden of Eden, Adam, Eve, the forbidden fruit. It seems pretty straightforward. But here's the thing. The real key to what Dürer is trying to say, it isn't with Adam or Eve. Nope. He wants us to look closer, to shift our focus past them and look right into the branches of that tree of knowledge. Okay, let's zoom way in. Look closely. Do you see it? Right there, embedded in the serpent's head. It's something so easy to miss, but it's undeniable once you spot it. 4 small, distinct nails. And that brings us to our central question, the secret that Dürer literally carved into this print. Why in the world are there 4 nails in the serpent's head? I mean, this isn't just some random detail. It's the key that unlocks the entire theological vision of this masterpiece. So let's decode this thing. And just so you know, this isn't some simple one-to-one symbol. Oh no. Dürer layered a whole rich tapestry of meaning into these 4 tiny marks. Art historians have basically unpacked 4 distinct interwoven layers of symbolism here. We're talking about Christ's victory, human nature itself, the order of the cosmos, and get this, the entire sweep of redemptive history, all in 4 little nails. Okay, layer 1. This is the most direct one. The nails are a straight-up reference to Genesis 3:15, a passage that Christian theologians saw as the very first prophecy of Christ's victory over Satan. So the nails, they foreshadow the crucifixion. And this is where Dürer's genius just shines. His point is that even here, at the absolute lowest moment of humanity's fall, the promise of redemption is already present. It's literally embedded in the head of the tempter. But Dürer, being Dürer, doesn't just stop there. For him, the number 4 was everything. So those nails also represent the corruption of human nature, the 4 temperaments, or humors. Then they connect to the cosmic order, the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, water, all thrown into chaos. And finally, they point forward to redemptive history, the 4 Evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the guys who would write the story of salvation. It's just an incredible, incredible density of meaning. And this idea just keeps building, because you realize the nails are just one piece of a much bigger symbolic puzzle. Dürer basically constructed this entire garden as a universe of hidden meanings. Remember those 4 temperaments we just mentioned? Well, take a look at the animals at Adam and Eve's feet. These are not just random woodland creatures. The rabbit, that's the sanguine temperament. The cat is choleric. The elk is melancholic. And the ox is phlegmatic. The idea was, before the fall, all these humors were in perfect, beautiful balance inside of us. But after this moment, they get all thrown out of whack, leading to things like disease and suffering. And it just keeps going. Everywhere you look, there's more. See that parrot over there? That's a symbol for the Virgin Mary, a nod to Christ's birth. And the mountain goat way up on the cliff? That represents the faithful who hold on to God even when things get tough. Even the trees themselves are part of the story, creating this tension between the tree of knowledge, which brings death, and the tree of life in the background, a symbol of the immortality that's just been lost. So, what does all this add up to? What's the big picture? It reveals Durer's truly unique vision. This guy wasn't just an artist, he was basically a theologian holding an engraving tool. He was a true visual theologian. He somehow managed to blend all that complex, layered symbolism of his northern heritage with the clarity, the order, and that idealized beauty of Italian Renaissance humanism. This work is really a perfect synthesis of faith and reason, of divine mystery and classical wisdom. And here's a crucial point. Because this was a print, not just one single painting hanging in a church somewhere, it could be copied and spread far and wide. This engraving literally carried Durer's ideas about art, anatomy, and theology all across Europe. It influenced tons of other artists and really helped shape the entire visual culture of the Reformation. Think about that. For more than 500 years, this one single image has served as this profound meditation on sin, on human nature, and on redemption. Its secrets are still being unpacked today. It's just a testament to an artist who saw his work as a way to explore the deepest questions of our existence.
Ultimately, Durer's Adam and Eve is just this powerful reminder to always look a little closer. To remember that sometimes the most profound messages are hidden in the tiniest details. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secrets are hiding out there, in plain sight, in the art we see every single day?